It's no secret that the Utah Yeti is the frontrunner for Utah's official team name going into next season. I know a lot of fans want it, the management seems to want it. Clayton Keller even came out and said, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be Yeti. However, they did just run into a potential roadblock that could force them into choosing a different name going into next year. So we're going to cover all of that. Before we do so, if you're new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So what is stopping Utah from using the Yeti name? Well, it's trademark. Sounds boring, but there is some interesting things in here. It was denied on the likelihood of confusion with the Yeti cooler brand. So they have, I think, just coolers as well as water bottles. I think just other merch, stuff like that. Apparently, they did also try Utah Yetis with like the S at the end, but that didn't work either. Both were rejected. Now, does this mean that the Yeti name is completely done for and there's no way they'll be able to use it? No, the trademark was rejected on January 9th, and they do have 3 months to dispute that. There's a couple of ways they can go about it. The first way is basically just to gather up evidence showing that it wouldn't cause confusion with the Yeti cooler brand, and then resubmit that to the trademark office. There is also another way they could go about it. In one of the articles that I read, which by the way, I'll leave a link to all of the articles that I read in the description down below if you guys want to read them as well. In one of those articles, there was a professor of patent law that said they could work with the Yeti cooler brand, whether that is the Yeti brand just saying, yeah, there's not going to be much of a confusion here. You guys can just go ahead and use the Utah Yetis, or they become the official sponsor of the Utah Yetis and kind of work with them that way, which at least in my not expert opinion, I probably lean towards that second option because why pass up that opportunity? I think it would probably be a fairly good one for them. So yeah, Yeti isn't completely off the table as of right now, but let's say it is. Let's say it gets blocked for whatever reason. Maybe, the resubmission just doesn't work, or the Yeti cooler brand doesn't want them to use the Yeti name and just completely blocks them that way. Whatever it may be, let's say they cannot use the Utah Yeti. What are their other options? Well, if you guys remember a couple of months ago, they did announce the 6 finalists for those team names. So the other names were Blizzard, Mammoth, Outlaws, Venom, Yeti of course, and then the Utah Hockey Club. Personally, out of those 6, I liked Venom the most. I thought that one was the coolest one. They did also try and trademark that, but it was denied. The exact same reason, likelihood of confusion. I'm guessing it's because of like the villain, well, I guess the anti-hero Venom, like Venom got adrenaline in him, act knock with the devil in. I don't know, man. That was awful. But yeah, I'm assuming it's because of like the Marvel Spider-Man villain Venom, like that guy. They didn't specify in the article, but that's what I'm assuming at least. Now, Blizzard was also rejected because of likelihood of confusion. I'm guessing maybe that is either like the Dairy Queen Blizzard or the video game company Blizzard. One of those two. They also did not specify. Interesting enough though, the Utah Hockey Club name also ran into some issues. There's a whole bunch of lawyer jargon that, basically, apparently it boils down to they can't trademark Utah, which kind of confuses me a little bit because I know other teams have, done like the city name and then football club or, the Washington football team, stuff like that. And they are using the Utah Hockey Club right now. So I'm guessing there is some sort of workaround that they could kind of use that team name. But we'll kind of have to see, I guess. Hopefully we don't actually have to see. That's my hope because I don't want them to use this team name going forward. I hope it's just a temporary thing. So yeah, hopefully that just gets completely denied and there's no way that they can use the Utah Hockey Club because I don't like that team name. And then with the last two, Mammoth and Outlaws, those also rejected. So all 6 technically were rejected, but with Mammoth and Outlaws, it was just basically over small like bookkeeping issues. They just kind of have to tidy up some things, resubmit, and at least from what it looks like in the articles, they said that they would be fine and they would be able to get those trademarks, not really have a big issue there. However, apparently they submitted the trademark for Mammoth a lot earlier than all of the other ones. They submitted it on November 5th apparently, so that deadline is coming up pretty quickly here. I guess, February 5th. So if they do want the Mammoth team name, they would have to resubmit pretty quickly to actually be able to grab it, which I do kind of like that name. I wish that it was plural, like Mammoths instead of Mammoth, but otherwise I think the team name is pretty decent, so I wouldn't mind them using that, but it looks like they probably don't want to use it if they're not going to resubmit anything, but I guess it's possible they do. Outlaws though, that was rejected on January 9th, so they got plenty of time to resubmit if they want to go that direction. Realistically though, in my opinion, my very, very non-expert opinion, I do think that they end up with the Yeti name. I think they just get it figured out. It seems like management really does want that, especially Ryan Smith. Like, he is gunning for it, and the fans really, really want it as well. So I think they're going to make a hard push for that team name. They're going to get it figured out. They're going to either work with the Yeti cooler brand or whatever they have to do. And at least from what I was reading, it does seem to be a little bit more of just an annoyance and kind of a temporary stop than anything permanent, and them completely being denied of this name. So yeah, in my, like I said, not expert opinion at all. I do think that they get this done and they get the Utah Yeti name. The only real question, at least for myself, is this delay going to affect the jersey manufacturing and all the other merchandise? Is it going to stop that from being ready at the start of the season? I hope not, because yeah, if they kind of go into next season again without, having all of the merchandise and stuff like that, I think it's going to be really just a not great situation. So I hope that's not the case. But like I said, I do think this gets done. I think this is basically just a temporary stoppage and they work through this and it's going to be fine. That's at least what I think, and that's my hope, but I would love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. But of course, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.